Welcome to the BetQL Daily Boost. I'm Lucy Burge of BetQL.com, and I am joined by Dan Carbuck and Kate Constable. And on opening day eve, we have an MLB Odds Boost for all of you today on Anthony Volpe to hit 15-plus home runs and steal 20-plus bases in the regular season, which begins tomorrow, at plus 150 at BetRivers. So even though I'm not exactly rooting for the Yankees in any capacity to do anything particularly well, I do see Volpe. I think he will have a huge rookie season, and I see him hitting the over on both of these. He grew up a Yankee fan in New Jersey. Aaron Boone said he was bred for this, to play for the Yankees. Could he be the next Derek Jeter? We'll see. But I think it could start with him hitting the over on both of these, and I love the value here in him to do both of them.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets over both of these numbers, he's well on his way to being the next Derek Jeter, right? This is his first year, obviously, in the big leagues. If you look at some of his minor league numbers, I mean, he had 21 home runs last year, 50 stolen bases, 27 home runs the year before. He only played 109 games that season, and just the stolen bases alone. I mean, with the bases being bigger this year, we're going to see a lot more stolen bases. The numbers in spring training were already up a ton. So that number alone, I think, is completely safe for him to hit. It's the home runs that maybe I would be a little concerned about, but he's a pretty good home run hitter, and he's shown that throughout his career. So love the value here.
Well, Kate, what Lucy and I talked about a lot last season was the fact that Yankee Stadium is basically a little league stadium. You know, with the short fences, the short porches, they like to pad the stats of their players. So Volpe, I think, 132 games he played last year, as you mentioned, 21 home runs between AA and AAA. He's shown that pop. He's only 21 years old, which is insane because every time this happens, when a 21-year-old makes the big league team, I think back to what I was doing when I was 21, and that's just a sad time to reflect. But I think he's going to start off batting ninth, what I read, but I don't really care about that. This MLB season is 162 games. If he stays healthy, and hitting for average is a little bit of a struggle for him, but we don't need him to hit for average. We just need those home runs to show that pop and to steal 20 bases. I think Kate mentioning that it's a shorter distance between the bases are slightly bigger now. That's going to play in his favor. And I think this Yankees team, who hasn't had really anyone to steal bases, this could add another dimension to their offense here this season. So plus 150 at BetRivers. This is a fantastic odds boost.
So much value, especially if you're very excited for the season to start. This is a great way to celebrate the opening day festivities. So head to BetQL.com and get your free 3-day trial today, and check out our exclusive sportsbook offers there as well. And of course, follow us on Twitter at Daniel Carpuck, at Kate Constable, and at Lucille Burge. Our favorite bets for today, I am heading to the NBA. Kings minus 14 against the Trailblazers. I know this is a big spread, but the Kings covered a 10.5-point spread as the favorite against the Trailblazers back in February when they beat them 133-116, and the Blazers have failed to cover the spread in 6 of their last 8 games. The Kings have covered in 7 of their last 8 games on the road, so I like the Kings to cover here tonight, minus 14.
And Lucy, this is a game where the Kings can clinch a playoff spot for the first time in 16 seasons. That's the longest playoff drought of any of the major sporting leagues. So this is a big deal where they're not going to take their foot off the gas, even if they're up big in this one, because they just want to win this one securely. So love that play. I'm going to go to the Bucks and Pacers and take the Bucks in the first quarter, minus 3.5. Milwaukee's the third best ATS team in the first quarter. They're the first best ATS team in the first quarter when they're on the road. 6-3-1 over their last 10 road games in that first quarter. And then the Pacers, on the other hand, this is how many times can you say first quarter as I'm saying all of this? Probably about 100. Pacers are the worst ATS team in the opening frame. We'll switch it up there a little bit. So if you were to bet on the Pacers to cover in the first quarter in every game this season, you'd be down just over 24 units, which is not great. Bucks led by 10 in the first time these two met, 15 in the second. The Pacers did win the first quarter in the third game, but there was no Giannis and no Chris Middleton in that game. Tyrese Halliburton is out tonight. That's some of the Pacers offense right there. So I'm going to take the Bucks to be up by 4 to cover the 3.5 in the first quarter.
I love that. And Lucy, I'm going right back to that Kings game. for my pick here. I'm going to go Domantas Sabonis, 17 plus alternate line rebounds versus the Blazers tonight. This is plus 475 at DraftKings. And I just want to briefly mention here why the spread is so large. Portland is going to be a team I'm going to pick on moving forward here. Damian Lillard is shut down the rest of the season. Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Yusuf Nurkic, they're all going to be out. They're probably going to all be shut down as well. Trendon Watford, Cam Reddish are both listed doubtful tonight. Are there any players left?
No.
Translation here, they're going to get eaten on the glass. I targeted Jonas Valanciunas to go over 12.5 rebounds last game in this exact matchup, and he pulled down 21 in 30 minutes. So I was all over that one. I got the alternate line there too. I'm going to do the same thing here with Sabonis, who averages 12.5 rebounds per game. That's the best in the entire NBA. Over his last 9 games, he's averaged an insane 24.2 rebounding chances. That's 2.4 more than the next highest number, which is Rudy Gobert in that span. So this should be an ultimate ceiling performance on the boards for Sacramento's big man. I think he's going to get over 20. Don't be shocked if he gets something insane like 25. I'm going to go out there. If this is somewhat close and he sees time in the fourth quarter, he could have the best rebounding game of his whole career.
Wow. Hopefully. There's so much value in the NBA. Hopefully he does. Hopefully for him. There is so much value in the NBA tonight and in this odds boost at plus 150. So get in on that and subscribe to the BetQL Daily Boost wherever you get your podcast.